What's up guys? Having a nice and steady walk by the beach. Decided to make my video from here today. And I want to talk to you about toughness. And why is it important to develop some toughness in you? Mental toughness and physical toughness. Why is that important? You know, they say that good times, they make weak men, soft men. And then weak men, they make hard times. Hard times make hard and tough men, and then tough men again make easy times again back. So it's important to develop some toughness in you, the physical, emotional, mental toughness, because of two things. First of all, because you never know what life can bring in the future, and the tougher you are, the better prepared you're going to be to handle any life situation. You know, maybe a war could happen near to you, or I don't know, some disease or some, I don't know, God knows what. And the tougher you are, emotionally, physically, you are going to be better equipped to survive. You know, like most men nowadays, if they were to live back in the old days, like most of you guys won't survive, won't even survive, because you have no toughness in you, no survival skill. You're spending your full day on a desk somewhere. You know, you have a job, you're working online, God knows what are you doing. You never exercise, you have no you never done anything that is hard. You never felt what it's like to be broken, what it's like to be injured, what it's like to have some tough times. And guess what's gonna happen if real tough times come in the future? You're gonna crumble. You're gonna cry like a baby. You know, I was talking this morning in the sauna with one of the fighters I know, a guy who trains with me in the same gym, and he was talking to me that he spent some time in jail, and he was talking to me about all these tough guys that they thought they were tough guys, and they were selling drugs and that. And at the end of the day, they got busted, and they were spending some time in jail. They were crying by night, crying for their mothers. This is a grown-ass man that thought they were tough. You know, it doesn't make you tough if you just have a bunch of tattoos. You have to go through life. So you have to be tough, really. So toughness, you have to develop some toughness in you. It's important. It's important also because if you are going after bigger goals, you're gonna encounter bigger challenges. You know, if you want to move forward in life or in anything, you're gonna encounter bigger challenges, and those bigger challenges, they're gonna require more strength from you. You're gonna require that you are. They're gonna require from you to be more tough, more strong, mentally and physically as well. Because don't forget, your physique affects your psychology. You know, so that's the other reason why you need to develop that toughness in you. You know, because you're gonna encounter bigger challenges in the future if you're moving towards bigger goals, and you're gonna have to deal with that. And if you're not tough enough, you're gonna crack. Okay, you are going to crack. And here we have some people doing yoga, which is cool. And here, this side, we have the beach. It's 12th of February, Marbella, but it's actually warm, not that cold. So we're blessed to live here, actually. Now, how do you develop toughness in you? How do you develop toughness? Okay, you want to become more tough, you want to become stronger. How do you develop that mental toughness and that physical toughness as well? Well, you have a few things you can do. The idea is that you need to do more with less. You need to do more with less. So basically, you're going to voluntarily put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Okay? Voluntarily put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Don't wait for tough times to come to start preparing yourself. Like, prepare yourself before. Get stronger before. This is what the Stoics used to do. They would spend days without eating, or they would do some long tracks, or they would just deprive themselves of some of the pleasure that they normally enjoy, and they would do that for a few days just to develop resilience in them. How can you do it nowadays? You have the training, physical training, fitness. Do more, you know, do more workouts. Try to work out every day. You know, work out even when you don't feel like it. Work out twice a day. Do that for a month. Do that for 6 months. Okay? Push more weights. Do more. Do it when you're hungry. You know, don't sleep that much. Go without sleep and do exactly what you used to do before. Okay? That's how you're gonna develop. You put some challenges. You put some voluntary discomfort into your life. You know, and that would force you. That will train you to become more tough, because you're gonna feel like quitting. You're gonna feel like you don't want to do it, but you know you're doing it for a purpose. You're doing it for the purpose of becoming more tough. Okay. Another thing that you have is the food. Cut down from the food. Cut down from the carbs and from the fat. I recommend that you keep high protein because you don't want to lose your muscle. But cut down from the foods. You know, don't eat that thing that you like. You know, do that for a few days. See how it feels, and see how you feel when you accomplish that. Okay, that's basically depriving yourself of something that you actually want, and you're doing it as an exercise to develop that mental strength and toughness and control yourself. You know, people that are overweight and the people that are under the control of any vice, any addiction, this is people that run towards discomfort anytime they feel that something is bothering them or they're not in their best moment. They run towards what's comfortable, and they don't want to feel the pain. They don't want to deal with the pain. That's what keeps them addicted to the food, to the vices, to the weed or the drugs, because they have never exercised. They have never developed this toughness in them. So it's natural. They just crumble. Okay. Another tool that you have, this is probably my favorite. I've been doing my whole life, martial arts. You know, train martial arts. If you want to develop some toughness in you and face your fear, train martial arts. Join a class. You know, train, face your fears. Learn and face bigger opponents, stronger opponents, and do that. Listen, if you train martial arts, if you train this combat sport for a year, you're gonna become a completely different person. But if you do it properly and maybe compete at some point, after 1 year, you're gonna become a completely different person. There is no way you're gonna stay the same. You're gonna feel stronger. You're gonna feel that you are equipped to deal with more. When you face a challenge, you're not gonna be phased easily. You're gonna find that you have a better resilience. You know, you're not just going to freak out. Okay. So here you have it. This is a few tools that you can use to develop that mental toughness. For me personally, Ramadan is on the door. I'm a Muslim. I'm gonna be fasting this month, and Ramadan actually is a month. It's not just a religious event. It's actually a self-development program, self-development training, because you're gonna have to deprive yourself from the food, from the water, from intercourse during the day, from all the pleasure. You're gonna have to stop yourself from thinking negatively, from saying something bad. You know, you can't even say something that isn't appropriate. You're gonna have to really discipline yourself during this month, and it's actually self-development training month. You know, not only a religious month. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be interesting. Last year, as every year, I was still training every day actually. This time I'm gonna try to train twice a day, and it's gonna be interesting. I think I'm stronger now, and I'm gonna be able to pull it off. Training twice a day, doing my cardio training, martial arts in the morning, and then after I have my meal after sunset, I'm going to find time for another session, weight training session. You know, sometimes I go to, like nowadays, what I do is I go to my martial art class without any breakfast, without any food, and I wake up pretty early. But 4 hours after that, 4 hours, I have my martial art class, And this is when I train without any food, and then I will have my breakfast. You know, it's also a way to just make it a little bit harder for yourself. Nowadays I'm used to it, so we're gonna have to push it even more. So here you have it, guys. Develop some mental toughness in you. It's important. You never know. You need to be prepared for whatever, and the stronger you are, the better you're gonna do, and the way towards your goals. So here you have it. See you in the next video.